The internet for many businesses has become the main vehicle to generate income. For others, it's the only vehicle. Joining us this morning with some tips on how we can thrive and survive online in today's economy is the Metro Mom, Kim DeYoung. Nice to have you back.
Thank you so much.
This is something that a lot of businesses are finding really, you have to have it, obviously. And when you address particularly the women entrepreneurs out there, are the rules a little different?
You know what I feel like is going on right now? I don't think it's an option now for women to have a website. I don't think it's a luxury like it used to be. Now I think it's a necessity.
It's not above and beyond. It's not extra anymore.
It's not extra. It's really expected. And I think, you know, there are a lot of women whose husbands are out of work right now. They're having a hard time finding the work, and the women need to make up for it. And I'm living it, you know, personally. And, you know, now it's a reality that women have to make it work from their home-based businesses in whatever form and get these internet businesses working for them.
And you see this to some degree with things like Etsy, for example, is a very popular craft website. A lot of people are finding ways to sell on there. That's one thing that's out there that's established, but you can do more to establish your own as well, right?
There are so many different things to get yourself out there, and the first is, you know, I mean, take an Etsy, which is a perfect example. People do business with those that they've begun to develop a relationship with. You know, so as they begin to know you and to like you and to trust you, that's when they start to want to keep showing up at your site, and, you know, they are your prospect, they are your customer. So how do you communicate all of that to them, you know, through great quality content?
And that is really your first tip. You've got to be able to have that content and then build those relationships.
You know, that's it. Now, it's funny, one of the things that I often say to people, because it's so simple to do, it's inexpensive, is to start with a blog. You know, actually one of the easiest things, because it's a way for people to get to know you, to put information, whether it's about your business, about yourself, your opinions, different thoughts, observations you may have, because as people hear about that, you know, they're getting your experience, and certainly on that blog, you can be promoting your products and your services.
And I would imagine social networks like Facebook and Twitter also play right into that.
This is now not an option anymore. Again, you know, we need to be using these networks because, again, and social's the key word. These are social networks. You're meant to really be focusing on being of service, being out there as a, you know, kind of with your own personal brand, and then it's all about, you know, what are you doing in your business afterwards.
And is that how you can increase the visibility, buzz, and revenue? I mean, that's tip number 2.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think right now, I mean, it's one thing to have a great site with great content, but if nobody's getting to it, it doesn't really matter. So
the tree falls in the forest, nobody hears the argument.
Exactly. So what are the things that you're doing to drive traffic to your site? Certainly, the social networking vehicles are definitely great options as ways for people to get to know you. There are options of getting publicity, of optimizing your site so that the search engines are helping you to find it. There are a lot of different techniques out there so that you're really getting that buzz around what you're doing.
And tip must-do number 3 is streamline your back office for more ease and impact. How do we do it?
Well, that's the key, because, you know, the reality is, as business owners, we're probably at no shortage of ideas for the things that we want to do in our business, but then the reality becomes, how are you doing it? You know, what are the systems behind what you're doing to get the work done that you need to get done? And you've got to have strong systems so that you can work effectively. Also maintain your sanity. That's another key thing about it.
That's sometimes just an option, I think. Just doing that. All right, you also have some help coming up online, some folks can turn to. Tell me about that.
Actually, next weekend, next Friday and Saturday, I am hosting a virtual event. It's called the Metro Mom Online Success Telesummit. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing together 18 speakers who are going to be teaching all sorts of things about how to get an online presence. And the great thing about it is it's a free event.
And all you have to do is go to your computer.
All you have to do is go to your computer, sign up, and on May 1st and 2nd, people will have access to listening to what they want, from where they want, when they want, and that's the real key thing.
It's a great tool. The Metro Mom, Kim DeYoung, is with us. If you want more information on the summit, on some of her tips as well, we'll link you to her website from ours at WTNH.com. She's also on Twitter at The Metro Mom, as are we at GMCT. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Great.